Yeah, are you talking about to a major seventh or minor seventh?
Yeah, so this would be from here, then it goes to like a major seven,
Cool.
right? It's a
So what's your chord? You have a C major?
right. So the first one would be a C major triad.
Okay.
Now the second one is this, right? So it's a B with the E and G. Yeah.
So how do we read chords? How do you read any chord?
Right, so now I'm thinking like, okay, if I do it in triad, that would be E.
Okay, so name out the name of your notes there then.
Okay, so I have the first one is C major, right?
Cool.
So C and
Easy.
G. Okay, now in song structure, then it goes B E G.
Okay. So what are those notes? What's the lowest note that you have there?
B.
Cool. So we're gonna put our ledger line, throw the B down.
Right.
What's the next note that you have in order?
E and G.
Cool. So even though you have G,
E.
E,
Yeah.
E and D, you know what chord this is, yay?
Right, because it.
What triad does that form, and what key is it relative to? I mean, this is
Well,
essentially
So this would be like E minor.
wonderful. Yeah. So we've got an E minor of some sort, but what's the lowest note on the bottom here?
The B.
Cool. So when you have E, G sharp, and B, you have an E major, correct?
Yeah.
So this is definitely an E minor. Get rid of our sharp or our accidental. We've now got the spelling of a 1 flat 3 5. And then when we do our E minor, we have this note where? Oh, I did it the wrong way. Well, we're putting this on the root?
Yeah.
Well, it was what of the EGB?
It's the fifth.
Cool. So
Right, so it's the first inversion.
nay say I. This is root, and then this is first inversion. The B would have been second inversion.
Right, gotcha.
Groovy. So when we do that B on the root there, we would, if we were doing Roman numeral analysis and we were looking at our music on the stave and trying to judge the chord quality and see the tone, we would write this as being in the key of C. What is the third of C?
E.
You betcha. So we would have it as what? A major or a minor?
Minor third.
Cool. And then
The
we would have this.
inversion, yeah.
Does that make sense? Cool. I hope it is, because this, what it does is, even if we're not doing total practice every day or every 5 minutes, retaining information like that from what we did like 7 lessons ago is necessary. Do you remember what this would be then? Just tell me what this is in the key of C.
It's a 4, so
Or we can even do like this, any one that you get to, or just leave it as that. How about that? We'll just leave it like that. What is that in the key of F?
G, B, so that would be B flat major. Oh
Key
no,
of
no,
C.
I'm sorry, B flat.
1, 2, 3, and then what is this?
F.
You betcha. So we have an F, but 7 indicates what about this type of chord?
To the dominant 7.
In chordal analysis, it means something
flat
different.
Or minor 7.
Well, check it out. This is a chord in chordal analysis for root position. This is what we would consider figured bass. It's one of those things we worked on when we did this, right? We had a staff up here, and then we threw down our bass clef down here. When we connected them on our grand staff, we didn't even fill in the notes for the movement that we did. I think it was like in E flat when we were working on E flat, and we put the figured bass chords down here. So we're like, oh, all the notes that are in here, if we're going to be playing in the key of E flat, right? Boom, 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 boom. You would say, oh, this note right here, well, that chord can relate to, what note is that?
G.
Cool, and let's write them out. E, F, G, A, B, C, D. How many flats in the key of E?
How many flats in the key of E? There's none. There's
Ooh, watch this, ready? How many sharps and flats in the key of E major? How many sharps in the key of E?
E major would be 4.
Cool, because we went over this. Watch this. How many flats are there in the key of E flat?
3.
Wonderful. Those 3 flats are the chords that are not the chords. Well, the chords in the majors you knew are F, C, G, and then D. So now every other note that's not those are your flats. And just because we have to, you ready? E double flat, F flat, G flat, A double flat, B double flat, C flat, D flat. Diminished. Cool. E major. What was it again? Can you do it in order?
Yeah, so E, F sharp,
Wonderful.
G sharp,
Yes.
A,
Wonderful.
B,
Mm-hmm.
C sharp,
Indubitably.
and D sharp.
Most definitely. And then What's the next key?
Oh, E sharp.
Yes, it is. And then what's our next note?
E sharp F.
F what?
Hold on, E sharp, right?
Yeah, E sharp. Wonderful.
Okay. So E sharp, G.
Ooh. What comes in after E? Can't skip from E to G. That wouldn't.
E sharp. Okay, no, wait. So E sharp, F sharp.
What was F in the key of E?
F sharp.
Cool. So now it's an F double sharp. Hypothetical keys. Oh.
That's
All right. Because we also had a G sharp. Just visualize this so the brain takes a map of it, and then you have your G double sharp.
All right.
And now what's the next one?
So that'll be A sharp, right?
It is. Then
Wait,
B sharp is C, natural.
no. E sharp.
Brain melter, huh?
And that would be no, that's what it is. C, D double sharp.
C double sharp right after B.
Right,
Cool. And it's a D.
right.
And then D double sharp is. You betcha. It's your lending tone or leading tone. It is your E, but then it goes back to your F. So what don't we really ever do? Well, we don't ever play in this game. But there are composers that compose and do this and do quick things. It's lots of fun. But why do I do this for us? Because when you solidify, oh, I absolutely know E major. Because it's not E sharp.
Sharp, yeah.
And when you solidify, oh yeah, there's a reason why F, G, A, B flat, C, D, and E work. Because these are the enharmonic equivalencies. E sharp is F. F double sharp is G. And when you start seeing things as being double sharps, all your major seconds, I don't know. For me, when I'm trying to study jazz, that's really the thing. I'm like, okay, what would the artist do? Like Benson works in 6. Zappa loves sus chords. Dream Theater, major minors, 9, 11. So get rid of these in your head, but do them. Know them. You know what I mean? Cool. And then on the wheel, you don't have to always stop at C, G, D, A, E, B. You can just keep going. F sharp, what comes after C sharp?
Oh, gosh. C sharp or B sharp. No, A, B, C, yeah.
Think about it from C. What is C to 5? What's the 5th of C? Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba? Yeah, G. So G sharp. So,
Okay. It's a D sharp.
yeah, you betcha. And it looks exact same as this.
Right. A sharp.
Yeah. And then,
And then E sharp.
troops. Well, let's write their equivalencies. F. What is G sharp? G sharp is nothing more than
Oh,
B flat.
okay. Oh, okay.
What is D sharp?
D sharp's E.
Yeah, E flat. What is G sharp?
And then D. Or D flat? No.
D sharp is E flat. What is G sharp? When you go, what does that note become? Because you have, what is that?
Well, A flat.
Yeah, there you go. Because it would have been G double sharp.
Right.
Do you see how G double sharp helps you to understand that, oh yeah, I see it now? Knowing all the notes around it is like saying, oh, I know who my neighbors are. I know where they live on the neighborhood. If we were to keep going, C sharp is what?
D.
Yeah, you betcha.
No.
Or no? My brain's not working. C sharp is what?
C sharp is D. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
D flat. And then we write F sharp. F sharp is G flat, C flat, F flat. Here's where it gets funky. F. This is a circle of fourths. So F, G, A, B. Well,
B, C, D.
yeah, B flat isn't that. This is B double flat. And then it starts the whole thing. E double flat. G, A double flat. These are all still in fours, right? So, can you write in double flats? Absolutely. Are you going to? Probably not.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully not. But if you challenge yourself to doing a concept, if you take the circle and you're like, okay, I'm going to do negative harmony. I'm going to take C. What comes after C? F. Then we have,
D flat.
you betcha. And then,
A flat.
okay.
D flat.
If we go this way, we just had D. What comes after D?
A
And then,
and B.
shoots. We can only go that far, but we can do this. We can do, what comes next? D flat, and then we can do F sharp. They're the negative harmonies. So if we wanted to play like an F major, F, A, C, what's the negative of F? Ha,
D.
you betcha. What's the negative of A?
Or B flat.
You betcha. What's the negative of C?
Oh, okay, about the G.
There you go. They might not be in order, but check out what these tones are. Just play them all. Just play a D, play a B flat, and play a G. Hmm? Yeah, yeah. Boom! What chord is that?
Oh, it's like a G minor.
It is. Rearranging these tones, this is just an inversion. You have the D on the root, right? Well, it doesn't matter. That's just an inversion. What you're looking at is the negative harmony of F major is G minor. So here's the kicker. Anytime you're playing any functional musical movement that works with the major or the minor harmonic progression, meaning staying within your 7 diatonic tones, a little harder in minors because you add on melodic minor and harmonic minor. But in major tones, when you're doing like baby, 1, 4, 5 kind of stuff, swap out your F major for a G minor every once in a while. The tonal ear will hear it, and the notes are super close. If you had F, G, A, B flat, C, D, and then E, and then you just take it through the eyes of G minor. Well, let's do G major, right? G,
G, A, D, C, D.
my brain's not working.
E and an F sharp.
Shoots. So how do we make any major or minor?
Flat 3, flat 7, flat
Boom,
6.
bing, ding. Why does G minor have the same key signature as B flat?
Oh, because it's relative.
Relative major minor. Great job. Circle fist, bing, shock away. Each one does that. G, E minor, C, A, F, D, all over. So here, let's circle like parts. And let's circle like parts with sonority. There's a minor A minor. Beepity boop.
Okay.
Cool. You have a major and then a minor. So common chord tonality. Common chord tonality. G major, G minor. B flat,
Oh,
minor,
okay.
B flat major. Cool. C major, same. D major, D minor, common tonality change. F here in G, when you flatten it, is the F from here. That is the common, the same tone.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't use it as a diminished at that point. You use it as a major, F major. It's a backdoor resolution. In fact, play it. G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, and then F major. Mm-hmm. That's our minor, and your pinky for the F sharp. Ooh, golden chord. Go back to the beginning, internalize it. Take a deep breath. There we go. Remember that F sharp? Notice. Here we are, and don't worry about the F diminished, just play an F major. Ooh, that's the F sharp diminished. That sounds perfect, right? Cool, now do your resolution, go to the G. Ooh, that was a major minor chord. There you go. Now check this out, go back to the G and play every chord as if you're playing in the key of C major. But just play from G and go all the way G to G. G.
Playing C.
Yeah, what you're doing is you've removed their tone and you've given yourself G major. Remember that F sharp? Put your pinky there. Cool. The third minor, right on. And now we've got a 4, right? And now let's do our D major, E minor, F natural minor, F A C. Now the G. It's called a backdoor resolution. The chord you played was in root position. Did you hear how awkward it feels?
That's weird.
You feel like you want to hear it go T-do, like it's dropping off a cliff right on it. Try to play the F major in a secondary inversion. Put F on top. So when you go through your conclusion, you would have like here our triad is thick. We move the notes around, we throw a G up here. Still a G. We have our A coming through here. Minor, B, C. But these don't all have to be in root position. So when you're trying to work on shell chords down here for the left hand, I'll show you with the right, you'd have something like working on all different fingers, right? And then on the other side, get rid of F sharp. Start playing G major with an F natural and use your Mixolydian mode. It doesn't have to feel like blues when you use Mixolydian. you can be choosy about that F note, but when you do it, the constant idea when you're songwriting or part writing is you now don't have to have that immediate fall onto your G. You can have kind of a lackadaisical way to get there. It's because the resolution isn't a minor second, it's a major second. So that gap between the two is bigger. The note you're choosing, which is the minor seventh, right, is closer to the dominant, the 5 chord. Therefore, it doesn't have as much sway or pull towards the other side of resolution. The ear wants to hear a resolution upward, and then if it's further away, it wants to hear a resolution downward. I don't know why. I wish I knew more about the scientific aspect of it, but I don't. So, what we're seeing in this is almost all these keys are relative here. The only one that was kind of funky here is our E flat and then our E diminished. So play an E flat.
E flat.
Mm-hmm.
Major, minor.
Play it as a minor. Yeah. And now, on the other hand, lower hand, play E diminished. E, G, B flat. Pinky on E. There it is. Yum. What do you think of that nonsense? Remember how we said to talk about chords and put them both over each other and start hearing polychords? You can start. Yes.
Interesting.
It's super jazzy. I'm feeling like some of the jazz greats are turning over right now. I'm like, stop it. Or keep going. All right, switch the hands. Do the E flat on the left hand and put the E diminished on the right. Not as much draw. There's a big gap. If you moved your right hand into the C4 region. Yeah. Take and make that inversion. Yeah. Turn it around so your B flat's in a lower voicing, and you can move your fingers over. Play your fourth. Yeah, there it is. Can you pulse it for me? Yes. Do you hear how having that in the background theme of some sort of music, you can use one of your crazy motives to write a melody over the top of that? That wouldn't detract from any of that nonsense, because the ear would want to go towards the E flat and the E diminished. And then, can you tell me what chord the E diminished would want to go to? So then you can see where the resolution of a melody could go to, and then it becomes pretty.
Well, E diminished would want to go to F. Right?
Yeah. So then what's the most pretty chord you could play based off of an F, in your opinion? There's a multitude of things. You can do major 9s, you can do major 7s, you can do sus chords. What do you think's the prettiest F chord you have? And we'll end on that. I want you to build it for me. She can kill with a smile. That's what I heard there.
Oh.
Good tune.
So the diminished, right? And
Yeah, so the E would go to an F of some sorts. Let's just map it out and see what it looks like, and I want you to be able to visualize it on the staff and in your hands. You know how to nail them.
Oh, right there, I was just thinking about going from the E diminished to the F sus4 and then, what do you call it? Resolve it just to F.
Cool. So what notes am I throwing in there?
So E, G, B flat. No.
Cool.
E, G. Wait, it's an F, right? Yes.
F?
Flat. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your low note?
So E.
Shoots, and then you're
G,
gonna put that
F.
right in the C area. You have a C4 area, so an E4.
Yeah.
Groovy. And then what's your secondary note?
G.
Cool.
E flat.
And then G natural.
Yeah.
And what's the distance between the E and the G?
Minor.
Cool. Minor what?
Minor 3.
Nice. And then what is the distance between the G and the B flat?
Minor 3.
It is. So what if we stack tertiarily?
1, 2, 3.
Ooh!
So that would be D flat. Oh, yeah.
And why? Why did I say that? Why did I put that? What is the D?
Well, the D is the root, right?
Not enough.
Well,
But you're
built. It's a 7.
But you're
Yeah.
building this off of
Wait.
you're building this off of the 7th chord of E, that E diminished, which is gorgeous, because what you're doing is we're gonna put this marking, ready? We're gonna do, these are all gonna be just moving over to the next measure. And what are we resolving to? But nothing other than the. Do you want to do it as a major 7?
Yeah, so hold on, because D is actually D flat, right?
Oh, geez. Accidental.
And then, so it would just kind of go.
Nah, it's too happy. So what is that chord? Spell it out for me.
The one I just did.
Yeah.
F, A, C, and then D.
Cool. F, A, C, and then you had D?
Yeah. So it should be E, right?
If you want, I mean, do you want to throw that D, E cluster in there? Throw that in. Why not? Cool. So what is E in relativity?
To the D, that's the diminished, right?
In D, it would be the minor second. So it would have had a major second feel from it. But what is its relativity from the F?
The major sevenths are diminished.
Yeah, so when you go, it's an E flat then, by name, right?
On it.
Is it? I mean, I'm asking, because if you do just F, A, C, E, you've got a major 7 chord. That is stacking.
So then, but the E, going back to the E, which is E diminished.
Diminished.
That would be the seventh.
Yeah, it's just a 1 flat 3 5. If you do that, that's fine. You're getting rid of your higher stack third. And then that corresponds to going to the F, A, C, E. And then I would do it with your major 7. You know? So here we would have an E dim, right? And then we would go to an F major. Do you want to stack anything on top of it? If you wanted to stack a 9 on top of there, yeah. What's that note?
So it's a G, right?
It is. So when you do that, you're going to call that your what? What is G in comparison to the F? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In comparison to F? 9, yes, there you go. Chord construction. So when you're doing this, you can see how adding all these things, you can keep going if you want to keep going up the monkey chain. There it is. It just depends on what your preference is. So, practice for the week. Pick one key that you've been playing in, you've been dabbling in, find the chords that you always do, and try to do one negative harmony substitution. So if you're doing like C major, right, to F major, to G, every once in a while try and do a G minor in place of your F. Feel how it's there, and you're like, oh yeah, these notes. They're all relative to the other ones, but we often forget to use them because we're so fixated on progressions. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool, you have fun today?
Yep.
Awesome, possum. Did you have fun today?